ADHD and Youth Cycling. Welcome to the USA Cycling module, ADHD and Youth Cycling, a brief overview of the benefits of the sport for parents, coaches, and others who care about young cyclists. The United States Center for Disease Control estimates that almost 10% of all children in the United States under the age of 18 have been diagnosed with ADHD, with the rate of diagnosis being higher in boys than girls. Just over 4% of adults are estimated to face challenges associated with ADHD as well. Feeling different can be isolating. The challenges and concerns for individuals struggling with ADHD can impact academic success, relationships, and confidence, creating a negative cycle of anxiety and depression. Some research has indicated that individuals with ADHD may be at greater risk for developing challenges with obesity, raising their risks for a host of long-term negative health consequences. Finding a personal connection with a sport, such as cycling, can provide a variety of short and lifetime health and well-being benefits. Why cycling? For many children with ADHD, the requirements and demands of the team sport setting and team structure are too much, and the youth sports system is often not well equipped to support individual developmental needs without providing disruption to the system. Cycling is a unique sport in that it is an individually focused activity that can be done in a group setting. Cycling also makes it easier to provide individual athlete support within that group setting without disrupting the team structure. In addition to the physical health benefits of cycling, riding can provide opportunities for social enrichment, enhance confidence, and support emotional well-being. These benefits can be seen by both youth and adult participants regardless of the challenges or the concerns they face. But for individuals with ADHD, these can be especially impactful. Building relationships can be challenging, particularly for youth and adolescents struggling with ADHD. Being a part of a cycling group or a team provides a sense of community and a shared focus, enhancing opportunities for developing positive social connections. Further, unlike many sports, both the unique culture and the nature of cycling provides opportunities to engage between and during bursts of activities, which can help an individual relax and focus. Having hobbies and interests such as cycling that are enjoyable and that can be shared with others are an important way to build and develop rapport and a healthy sense of self. Cycling is a great sport for setting goals and seeing incremental growth, which can help build both confidence and competence over time. As an activity that can be both shared and solo, cycling allows people to engage in a way that best suits their needs. Having an opportunity to develop a sense of self and accomplishment outside of the classroom setting can be particularly important for young people struggling with ADHD in their daily academic efforts. When parenting or coaching a child with ADHD in a sports setting, it is important to understand how the challenges of ADHD can impact participation to best develop strategies to help the young rider be successful. Individuals with ADHD may experience difficulties following directions, wanting to skip the instructions and jump right into the game or activity. This is often connected with a sense of impulsivity that accompanies ADHD. The impulse to act before thinking can make it difficult to follow team structure and increase the chance of getting injured. Individuals with ADHD often struggle with activities that require waiting their turn and standing in line, especially during practice. Children with ADHD often struggle with the perception of inattention or paying attention. While all kids struggle with focus and distraction at times, those with ADHD can find staying on task even more of a challenge and are often caught daydreaming or fooling around during low action or low activity intervals or time periods in practice. Children may also have problems with low frustration tolerance. Losing or struggling with a task, particularly one in which others seem to be mastering, can be especially difficult for kids with ADHD, and depending on their age and coping skill levels, this frustration may be expressed in inappropriate ways. And finally, motivation and persistence may become a challenge over time as kids progress in sport and less importance is placed on all activities being fun or engaging. As practice becomes more repetitive, physically strenuous, and the focus is on improving particular skill deficits, children with ADHD may become disengaged and want to stop participating or may withdraw completely, as they find these things particularly challenging given the problems and the issues related to focus and attention. Understanding the challenges that young riders with ADHD face can help parents and coaches create a safe and effective learning space within sport for them. Safety in all sports settings should always be the top priority. This becomes particularly important for individuals with ADHD as we consider the factors around impulsivity and attention control. Creating routines, boundaries, and clear expectations are important to help maintain a safe environment. Coaches and parents supporting young athletes with ADHD can help these athletes grow and thrive in a sports space by creating a climate that helps them mitigate their learning challenges. Looking for opportunities to cultivate an engaging environment with small group sizes that minimizes waiting time. Diminishing distractions and helping young athletes figure out ways in which they can diminish the distractions around them. Building in opportunities to develop the skills to handle frustration and to face challenges as part of routine practice before frustration sets in. Looking for opportunities to foster intrinsic motivation and build a sense of personal pride in achievements and accomplishments, and helping young athletes anticipate the triggers for things that either distract them or frustrate them can all be important pieces of building that space. It's also very important to check in with individual athletes to make sure you understand what their individual challenges are and where they most need help and assistance. Perhaps the most important thing to consider when coaching an individual with ADHD is that the challenges of ADHD make up just a part of who the individual is, and the challenges and impact of ADHD will not be the same from one person to the next. Seeing that individual as a whole person and as a unique individual is very important. When a parent or athlete shares information related to their ADHD concerns with a coach, a helpful beginning is to ask for information about the unique challenges the individual has experienced and what approaches have been most successful in supporting focus and managing frustration in other settings. What are some of the tips and tools that the athlete may have learned in school or scouts or other sport opportunities that the coach can use or try in this setting? For many individuals with ADHD, boredom or feeling like a challenge or activity will be too difficult or exceed their ability can raise a level of frustration, decrease focus, and strain their ability to manage or regulate emotional control. Thinking about ways in which these challenges can be met beforehand or considered beforehand and personalizing elements of lesson plans or elements of team practice to that individual can help mitigate some of those triggers. There's no rule, as this likely depends on the child's interests and needs as well as on your purpose for involving your child in sport. Oh, that sucks. That's a bad transition. Ultimately, every child should have an opportunity to pursue their personal peak potential. And it's essential to note that many elite performers, like U.S. swimmer Michael Phelps and U.S. gymnast Simone Biles, have accomplished amazing things while also facing the challenges of ADHD. The United States Olympic and Paralympics ADM, or American Development Model, provides a pathway that supports personal growth for all through enriching and age and stage appropriate development activities. With the right support and encouragement, the model can be used to help all individuals, including those with ADHD, experience meaningful and enriching sport experiences, achieve personal performance success, and develop a lifelong relationship with cycling that will continue to contribute to long-term physical and emotional well-being.